As far as heartbeats go, man, it's beating right out of my chest. As far as prayers may go, oh, damn it, baby, I feel blessed. As far as loving you, well, you know I'm a little obsessed. And as far as moments go, this is one we'll never forget. Baby, I've wanted this for as long as I know. 'Cause I wrote this song a long, long time ago. And it goes, I wanna see you all dressed up in white. Baby, I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. And I told you since I met you that you'd always be mine. And one day I was gonna make you my wife. Well, baby, tonight I'm gonna make you my wife. As far as feelings go, it's the best feeling I've ever known. As far as where I wanna be, well, if you're there, that's my home. Everybody, raise your glasses and hold them up high. To the bride, to the groom, everybody in this room, I finally get to call you mine. Whoa, I wanna see you all dressed up in white. Baby, I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. And I told you since I met you that you'd always be mine. Baby, tonight I'm gonna make you my wife. As long as I know, 'cause I wrote this song a long, long time ago. I wanna see you all dressed up in white. Baby, I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. And I told you since I met you that you'd always be mine. Well, baby, tonight I'm gonna make you my wife. Well, baby, tonight I'm gonna make you my wife. Everything's golden. You're sitting on the chair, wrapped inside a bedsheet, playing with your hair, watching people on the high street. If I wished myself a superpower, I would make it last forever. If I had my will, time would just
No.
I find some magic, take a photograph, live inside.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you more nervous now, or are you more nervous?
It hit me like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. A little waiting period.
Yeah. You look so pretty. I love the
Is
dress.
this what you expected?
No, but in a good way. It looks amazing. It looks so much better than I thought. The shoulder bows look so cool. Baby, you look amazing. Seriously. You look amazing. I love you. I haven't seen you in a day. I missed you. Just want to hang out.
I know. It's been weird not being able to talk.
Very weird. Especially like, did you want to like do the exchange of notes?
That makes me feel better.
I'm like, oh shoot. I know she wrote something.
Amazing.
That's okay. No, it's okay. You've been busy since before the song came out, so it's okay.
I find something, take a photograph, live inside. I need some way to prove that this was real. A memory is not enough. I'm scared that I'll forget the way it feels to be young. And the sun is coming through. Oh, you fill my lungs with sweetness, and you fill my head with you. Shall I write it in a letter? Shall I try to get it down? Oh, you fill my head with pieces of a song I can't get out. Can I be close to you? Can I be close to you? Can I take you to a moment where the fields are painted gold and the trees are filled with memories of the feelings never told? When the evening pulls the sun down and the day is almost through, oh, the whole world is sleeping, but my world is you. Can I be close to you? Can I be close to you?
Well, on behalf of Kyle and Meg, I want to thank you all for being here in support of them and their commitment to one another. You may be seated. Who gives away this woman to be married?
I do.
Let us pray. God, we are thankful for love. We're thankful for two people who are committed to one another. We are thankful for, God, the fact that you display love for us. And so, God, as we step into a wedding ceremony, help us to celebrate a wedding that is beautiful, but help us build something that leads to a beautiful marriage. God, you are good, and we are thankful for that. Thankful for Kyle and for Meg and for the love for one another. That's in your name we pray. Amen. In 1 John chapter 4, John writes this. He says, "Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, because love comes from God. And God showed how much he loved us by sending his one and only Son into the world so that we might have life through him. And this is real love. Not that we love God, but that he loved us and that he sent his Son as a sacrifice for us. Dear friends, since God loved us that much, we surely ought to love each other. No one has ever seen God, but if we love each other, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us." So Kyle and Meg, as you stand here, there's a few truths I want you to hold on to as you enter into your marriage. The first one is this: love is best displayed in sacrifice. See, Jesus displayed his love for us not just when he came to earth, but primarily when he chose to die for us. It wasn't about what he received from people. It was about what he provided to people. So Kyle is the leader in your household. It means you get to be the lead dyer or the lead sacrificer in your marriage. It doesn't mean you don't lead or that you don't voice your opinion or your preference. It just means you're willing to choose to lay down your preference for the sake of Meg. And Meg, it applies to you too. You get to choose to lay down your preference and your opinion at times and submit to the leadership of your husband. In Romans 12, Paul tells us how to do this. He says, outdo one another with honor. And to honor somebody is simply to treat them as uncommon. And in the months and years to come, as you continue to learn one another, you may be tempted to view each other as common or as normal or as just there. And you have to choose in those moments to honor one another and remember that honor and love are best displayed in sacrifice. The second thing I want you to hold on to is this. Fix your focus on what is good. And it doesn't imply that you're focusing on the wrong things today. You're in a great spot with great people. But it's recognition that over time your focus can begin to shift. Over the next week or next month or next year, you'll continue to learn things about one another, some that you like and some that you don't. Meg, you may find out that Kyle leaves his shoes in weird places around the house, or that he lets the dishes soak, quote unquote, before he washes them. Kyle, you may learn that Meg takes up an unbelievable amount of space in the bathroom on the counter, or that she chooses to just leave lights on in rooms for hours before returning to them, turn them back off. And in those moments, whatever they are, you can dwell on what annoys you, or you can fix your thoughts on something better. And in Philippians 4, Paul says, fix your thoughts on what is true, and what is honorable, and what is right, what is pure, what is lovely, and what is admirable. Think about those things that are excellent and worthy of praise. Keep putting into practice all that you have learned and all that you have received, and then the God of peace will be with you. So when you find yourself frustrated, which will happen, choose to focus on what is good. And then the last thing is this. Lean on the community that's around you. As you settle into your new life together, make time for continuing to develop friendships and then invest in those relationships. Commit to spend time celebrating what's good and considering what may not be. Create margin in your calendar for growing as a couple and developing a deeper connection through open communication and real conversation. Invest in your faith. Work to live it out daily. Spend time with people that have the potential to make you better and do it as often as you can. Lean on the community of family and friends that you've already built. The people sitting in these seats today played a unique role in your life, and they will continue to play a unique role for you. When you want to celebrate with them. When you experience pain or sadness or frustration, lean on the people who will continue to hold you up. When you don't know what to do and you find yourselves confused, look to the community and ask for advice. To the friends and family that are here today, you have a role to play in the relationship of Kyle and Meg. I want to challenge you to help them fix their thoughts on what is good and what's lovely and what's admirable in one another. Because there will be times when Meg gets annoyed with Kyle, or moments where Kyle finds himself frustrated with Meg, and inevitably in those moments, one of them may call you to vent their frustrations. And in that moment, you have a choice to make. You can listen and you can complain with them, or you can choose to listen and encourage them. My challenge to you is that you choose to encourage them to fix their thoughts on what is admirable, not what's annoying. To help them focus on what they love in one another, not what they last remember. And if you're willing to commit to encouraging Kyle and Meg to focus on the good and on the honorable and on the admirable parts of one another, if and when they call you, I'm going to ask you that you would stand now as just a sign of that commitment. And Kyle and Meg, while everybody's standing, I want you to look around. These are people who are committed to helping you love one another well. They're committed to helping you fight for a great marriage when you feel like settling for something less. They're committed to celebrating and encouraging you as you face all that life has ahead of you. You guys can be seated. So as you step into this marriage, let me encourage you that your love is best displayed in sacrifice. So model that for one another. Remember to fix your thoughts on what is good and to lean on the community around you. And at this time, Kyle and Meg, I'm going to give you the opportunity to exchange the vows that you've chosen and written for one another. Kyle, you'll go first.
Hi. I can't believe this day has finally come. Despite all the years of knowing each other, all the ups and downs, and all of the big life changes we have both made, it feels like not too long ago when you and I met over 8 years ago. I'm convinced this has flown by because you're the perfect person for me. You make my life more than special, more than amazing, and more than incredible. Your ability to make me smile and laugh, and to let my guard down altogether, to allow me to be myself, is a testament of how I know God led you to my life. I am beyond excited to continue to try and make your life better every day, from chauffeuring you to work from time to time, to sometimes successfully pulling off a decent dad joke to you, to even just having deep and honest conversations with each other. I promise to always listen and take everything you say to the heart. I want you to be assured that you are safe with me physically, mentally, and emotionally. I promise to try and make you a better person every day. And if you feel like I'm not, I know that you will not be afraid to call me out on it. And lastly, I promise from now until the end of our lives, I will do everything to make our marriage happy, fulfilled, and full of joy and adventures. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you.
Meg, it's your turn.
Okay, mine's a little long, sorry guys. Kyle, today in front of our loved ones, I stand here ready to share my vows with you. But before I do, I want to take a moment to remind everyone just how lucky I am to have you in my life. First and foremost, you're a man of God and faith. Your unwavering belief in something greater than us is not only inspiring, but it also brings a sense of peace and purpose to our relationship. Your kindness and generosity are unmatched, and you choose to see the best in people. I'm in awe of your ability to love unconditionally. This is one of the many reasons I feel head over heels for you. Let's not forget the amazing skills as a dog dad that you have. The way you care for our furry family is truly a testament to your character. You've taught me the importance of patience, compassion, and how to properly manage Stella in her stubborn moments. Our little floof is so lucky to have you, and I am too. But above all else, you just get me. You understand my quirks, my sense of humor, and you always know how to make me laugh. We share inside jokes, and no one else understands, and it's like having our own secret language. You've become my best friend, my partner in crime, and the person I can always count on to bring a smile to my face. I cherish the moments we spend together, whether we're adventuring through life or simply doing nothing at all. As we embark on this journey together, I'm excited for all the ways we will continue to grow and make each other better. I may not have specific ways to mention, but I know that our love will always push us to be our better selves. We'll challenge each other, inspire one another, and support each other's dreams. Together, we'll become a force to be reckoned with, hand in hand, conquering whatever life throws our way. And speaking of the future, I can't wait for the day we become parents, more furry or human. I picture a house filled with laughter, chaos, and love. We'll get 12 new animals that I've been asking for because why not? And as we navigate the ups and downs of parenthood, I promise to be right there with you, holding your hand, yelling at you from 2 feet away because we can't hear a thing anymore. We'll stumble through sleepless nights together, learn the art of diaper changing, and create memories that will last a lifetime. Kyle, I promise to love you on your best days and worst days, even when you're hangry. I will always put my best foot forward and be your biggest fan, supporting you in everything that you do. When life presents us with challenges, I promise to guide us back to faith, reminding us of the strength we find in our beliefs. When you're sick, I'll make you soup because there's nothing like a warm bowl of love to heal the soul. And if that 6-pack finally comes in, I'll be there cheering you on, ready to celebrate your hard work.
It's coming. Just wait. It's coming.
Above all else, I promise to be your rock, your partner, your safe haven. I will support you through thick and thin, through every twist and turn that life may bring. My love for you knows no bounds, and it surpasses my love for comfy clothes, blankets, Netflix, animals, and buying new books. Yes, that's right. You mean more to me than my cozy cocoon and my ever-growing library. To your family and friends, I make this promise. I will keep Kyle safe and nourished, both physically and spiritually. I will fill his belly with good food and his heart with the love of good old-fashioned Jesus. I am here to support him, to be his partner, to walk by his side every step of the way. Today I stand before you, ready to take this leap of faith together. I'm excited for a future filled with love, laughter, and countless adventures. With you by my side, I know that anything is possible. I love you more than words can express, and I can't wait to see what life has in store for us.
That's hard to follow.
Yes.
I'm honest. I'm like,
goes.
take a breath. When Jesus was asked about marriage, he would describe that kind of love that you two just described. He would describe it this way. He said, this love explains why a man leaves his father and his mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. And since they're no longer two, but one, let nobody split apart what God joins together. Earlier, people stood as a sign of their commitment to you, that they would stand beside you, that they would stand behind you, that they would encourage you and challenge you. But the two of you have a different sign for your commitment. It's the sign of the ring. It's a symbol of something that is a love that doesn't have an end. It's continuous and lasting. It serves as a visible reminder of the covenant and the commitment you make to each other today. So at this time, Kyle, I'm going to ask you to get Meg's ring. You can place it on her finger and repeat after me. Meg, I give you this ring.
Meg, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my commitment.
As a symbol of my commitment.
To love, honor, and remain faithful to you.
To love, honor, and remain faithful to you.
For the rest of our lives.
For the rest of our lives.
And Meg, I'm going to ask you to get Kyle's ring. Place it on his finger. You can repeat after me. Kyle, I give you this ring.
Kyle, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my commitment.
As a symbol of my commitment.
To love, honor, and remain faithful to you.
To love, honor, and remain faithful to you.
For the rest of our lives.
For the rest of our lives.
Well, Kyle and Meg have decided that one of the things they wanted to do first as a couple, even in this ceremony, one of their first acts, they wanted to take communion together. For them, it's a reminder of Jesus' sacrifice and his grace for them. It's what he taught his followers to take often to remember that he had done that. For Kyle and Meg, taking communion celebrates the grace that they've received, and it helps them reflect with gratitude on the sacrifice that was made. So at this time, Kyle and Meg, I'm going to give you a moment to pray, to take communion together. And as they do that, feel free to watch, but I would also encourage you to take a moment to reflect on their love and to pray for them as they step into marriage.
And you fill my head with you. Shall I write it in a letter? Shall I try to get it down? Oh, you fill my head with pieces of a song I can't get out. Can I be close to you? Ooh, ooh. Can I be close to you? Ooh, ooh. Can I take you to a moment where the fields are painted gold? Trees are filled with memories of the feelings never told. When the evening pulls the sun down and the day is almost through, oh, the whole world is sleeping, but my world
Kyle and Meg, having witnessed your vows and the exchanging of rings, I now pronounce you husband and wife. And Kyle, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very first time, Kyle and Meg Leibowitz.
Tell you those three little words, I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Was that so hard for me to do? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I never should have let you go. You were the one, but now you're gone, and I'm just left here holding on to everything I can, but you're slipping through my hands. You said that we were solid, but it's feeling more like sand. And now I'm in my head, trying to understand. Sometimes even good things end. All of these times you said I'm by, all of these flames that I let die. Just a few words and I'd be fine. Just a few words and you'd be mine. All I want here is in my mind. The code of my fears won't let me fight. Should've put my heart on the line. Now you're gone. Can't always get what you want. Sometimes you play your cards wrong. I wish that I could have the nerve to tell you those three little words, I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Was that so hard for me to do? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I never should have let you go. You were the one, but now you're gone, and I'm just left here holding on to everything I can, but you're slipping through my hands. You said that we were solid, but it's feeling more like sand. And now I'm in my head, trying to understand. Sometimes even good things end. I'm learning to let go of what I can't control now. You slipped through my hands and now they're getting cold. I'm learning to let go, though it's nowhere to hold.
Get some, come on now, get up and have fun. Ooh, you looking so fly, like just some. Everybody get down, now get some. Go and close your eyes, you're feeling like Jamiroquai back in 95. Treadmill to the top, breaking overdrive. When they get real high, keep an open mind. When it comes to good times, on the poster child. Always on my get some, come on now, get up and have fun. Ooh, you looking so fly, like just some. Everybody get down, now get some. Get some. Now we on a mission. Came from, yeah, I wanna link up and sip some. You know
Well, I'll be your rainy day lover whenever the sunny days end, and whatever the weather, we have each other, and that's how the story will end. Well, I'll be your shade tree in summer if you'll be my fire when it's cold. And whatever the season, well, we'll keep on breathing, 'cause we'll have each other to hold. And I'll hold you, and I'll sing. I wanna love you forever
like that.
Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
And only so many hours in a day. Hey, but you know that when the truth is told, that you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you could see when you're wrong, you know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied?
Let's give them a big round of applause, everybody.
Imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize? Vivir, vivir, la 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 la. Eso. Vivir, vivir, la 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 la. Voy a gozar, vivir mi vida. A veces llega la lluvia para limpiar las heridas. A veces solo una gota puede vencer la sequía. ¿Y para qué llorar? ¿Para qué? Si duele una pena, se olvida. ¿Y para qué sufrir? ¿Para qué? Si así es la vida, hay que vivirla, la ley. Vivir mi vida, la 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 la. Voy a gozar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. Eso. Voy a reír, voy a bailar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. Voy a reír, voy a gozar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la.
Let's hear it for them, everybody.
I'd like to thank you for all making the effort to come here. I think I've talked to quite a few of you already. But what I'd really like to do is thank you for all the time and effort and expense that you've made to be here, especially those that have come from a long distance. In any case, that's the first one I wanted to get out of the way. The second one, I wanted to talk about the birth of our children. And for me, there are a couple of miracles that happen when that day comes. And the first one is that the day of the birth, although before that, the mother is carrying the child for a long time and making their own physical connection with them. And they do the heavy lifting. Mother. And the fathers, all they do is bring the pickles. Oh, that's my joke. In any case, the first, I think there's two miracles, at least in my life, that happened. And the first one was the day of the birth. And the miracle is that you have a successful birth and that everybody comes out safe and sound. So that's the first miracle I consider. The second one is what I call the bonding, and that's when you hold your child for the first time in your arms. And the connection that's made at that time is pretty intense and pretty powerful. For me, it was almost chemical. It was magic. So from the time they're born, they're pretty helpless. They have a few tools because they're really cute. And they're cute for quite a long time. We all think they're very cute for a long time. And then as you get a little farther along, it gets very real. That's okay too. It's just part of, raising children. And then they have a lot of life experiences, and then one day they come home and they say they found somebody that they want to make a future with. And fulfill some of their dreams. So you have that big day, and you have this big day where they make it very real. But it's not only real for them with their vows and their promises, it's also very real for the parents, because this is kind of the time when we all realize that we may not be needed as much as we were before. And we have to take a step back and let them run. Now, over the past few years, I've gotten to know Kyle very well. I found him to be a good man, have a good heart, have good values and beliefs that I think, for the most part, came from his parents, an extended family. And I hope that Kelly and I and our extended families have done the same thing. Sorry, I'm not working. I haven't worked this very often. In any case, at this point, there comes that moment when it's time for a father of a daughter, that special moment, so to speak, when he has to relinquish being the first provider. And it's time for you to step in and take the lead role in this respect. I think you will. I think your vows speak to that. And I hope that, and pray that you will follow through. So, thank you very much.
As we witness and celebrate the marriage of Kyle and Meg, our picture of you and your church, we thank you for enabling both families and friends who have traveled great distances to make it here safely to this beautiful venue. And now, Lord, as we continue to celebrate Kyle and Meg with this delicious meal, we ask that you bless the food being served today. Nourish it to our bodies and bless the skillful hands that have prepared and are serving it. In the name of our Lord Jesus, amen.
Already screwing up, right? Yeah. Hey, everybody, I'm Courtney. I guess I'm the best man for this occasion. I've been lucky and honored to call Kyle my best friend for 2/3 of our lives. And if you're doing that math, that's about 20 years. He was the first friend I had when I moved to Ellicott City. When I moved, I guess, to the neighborhood, as we would call it later on. We met at St. John's Lane. We played kickball, met on the kickball field where we both dominated and are also both in the unofficial Kickball Hall of Fame. I'd love to say it's all been sunshine and Crunchwrap Supremes, but we had one rocky moment early on. There was an ongoing debate about how gum got in Kyle's hair on the bus. No one really knows. It could have been me. It could not have been. But I choose to plead the fifth on that one. And just as I'm going to move on from that, I'm going to talk about how he introduced me to lifelong friends known as the neighborhood crew. Some of the members sitting over there. They became lifelong friends and also founding members of the Ireland Football Fantasy League, which I have dominated for a long time. As a group, we did everything together, from late night Halo and Madden binges. I think one Christmas, we stayed over about 3 days in a row, only leaving to take showers. We had sleepovers where holes might or might have been made in basements. I won't say whose house. We also had late night cops and robbers at Amber Court, also at John Ireland's house as well. The friendship we had as kids and teenagers only got stronger as we became young adults. Kyle and I started a podcast that no one else ever heard. We watched countless Wizards games and carried on the football Sunday tradition along with the rest of the neighborhood crew. We dreamed and planned of building a real estate empire, which might not have been talked about over bourbon and tequila. We were also roommates in Baltimore for 15 months. That's where I first met Meg, also known as Responsibility Billy. Meg and I connected over our love of good TV shows. We're still waiting for the rerun for the next season of Travelers. And we also love being willing test subjects to her baked good recipes. Kyle and I also made whipped cream by hand, and never again will I do that without a machine. I quickly learned Meg had a penchant for dad jokes and does not curse at all. She finds other ways to say it. I also quickly learned that she's quirky, funny, intelligent, and one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. She's one of the kindest people in the world, and she's a perfect match for Kyle, who is equally as kind, down-to-earth, personable, a dreamer and a doer, and also loyal. They support each other unconditionally. They allow the other person to grow and be the best person they can be. A perfect example is Meg allowing Kyle to build his commercial real estate career. As you don't know in the beginning, it's a grind, long hours, random calls in the middle of the night, and allowed him to do all that for the first few years. And then Meg had a career change. She went from working in television to becoming a nurse. Kyle supported her throughout without any sort of kickbacks or anything. Their love wasn't a straightforward path mapped out by Waze or Google Maps. They dealt with their past separating when they were in college, Rhode Island and Maryland, but also study abroad in Denmark, which I think there's a few members of that family here as well. Career changes and hopefully a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, both through little wrenches, but their love is strong. It perseveres and is beautiful. They found each other again, and they persevered, didn't allow their flame to be extinguished. And here we are today, celebrating their marriage and their love. And so let's raise a toast and a glass to two amazing people, an equally amazing and a beautiful couple. I love you both as family and can't wait to see where your love takes you. To Kyle and Meg.
Hi, everyone. My name's Nikki. I am her matron of honor. I just want to start off by thanking you all for coming and being here today for these two amazing people. I'm sure that we can all agree that Kyle and Meg have this ability to effortlessly make connections and build friendships with people, and they put so much love towards their relationships. And I think that's very apparent with how many people came out today to celebrate you two today. And I know it means the world to them, so cheers to you all. So I have had the privilege of knowing Meg for 7-8 years, I think. Yeah. We met on a dreary night, raining. She actually replied to our Craigslist ad to be a roommate. So thank you. You're welcome. And I'm so glad that you responded to that. We spent the next 2 years doing everything together, from late nights at the bars to early mornings getting Pop-Tarts at Iron Rooster. Which leads me to how I truly found out about Kyle. I had woke up one morning as I normally did and stumbled downstairs to wake Meg up, just like I also did this morning. And I crawled into her bed, but yet she was already awake. And she had been on the phone all night long with Kyle, did not go to sleep. We got back from the bars probably around 11, and she never went to sleep, and they spoke all night long. So I knew she truly met someone very special. You two have already created a beautiful life together, and I watch you celebrate the best moments together and stand by each other's side in the toughest moments. And I cannot wait to see your next chapters. Cheers to the newlyweds. As I'm shaking.
All right, hello everyone. I would like to welcome you all to the reception of Meg and Kyle, and thank you for coming to celebrate their marriage. For those of you that do know me, you're welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Maddie and I'm the maid of honor. What a beautiful wedding that we've been able to witness today. Meg and I have been friends for a handful of years now, and I've been fortunate enough to bear witness to the ever-growing and ever-changing love that Meg and Kyle have. I've watched them move through different seasons of life, educational pursuits, career changes, and build a home filled with laughter and love. Love is not easy in the world that we live in today, but one theme that remains constant for these two is how Meg and Kyle fight for each other and fight for their relationship. I encourage you both to hold tightly to that fight and always pursue each other. There will be days that you struggle and there will be days that you don't want to put in the work. But remember this. Remember this moment. Remember the vows that you made for each other today. I want to take a moment and have you both go ahead and look into each other's eyes. The person looking back at you is your safe place. The person looking back at you is your partner in this life. The person looking back at you is your best friend. And lastly, the person looking back at you is statistically the one most likely to kill you. So, watch your backs. Meg and Kyle, I was so honored to witness your wedding, and I want to raise a toast to the newlyweds. Congratulations.
I'm older than the others, so that's why I'm analog. I put my notes on paper. I didn't bring my glasses, so I really can't read them. So this will come from heart, okay? Oh, God. Well, Meg, you don't get to choose your family. But I think we're the exception, because I have to believe that you actually chose us, as we chose you. So we knew Meg 8 years ago. The girls and the Frida and Bertil, they actually wanted a dog. But we signed up for a student host program instead, and we got Meg. And I'm glad we did. You're not that hairy as Fuzzy. We got a dog afterwards. But, you came with a willingness to learn something new, learn Danish, even though your vocabulary comes from a children's book about a mole with a poop on its head. So I thought about doing this speech in Danish, but I won't. You also came with willingness to learn Danish tradition, except from the wedding things that you're learning, yes. And you were studying pornography, and you took your homework down to the basement. That was very weird. Yeah. Did you know that, Kyle? Yes. Yes, you did. Okay. Anyways, you had a dream when you came, and it was that you wanted to do the half marathon, Copenhagen half. And somehow you got me pulled into that. And I haven't been able to run ever since, but we did. We managed, and it was good. So thank you for that experience. I don't have to do that again. No. And I just want to say on behalf of Frida and Bertil and Claes that our house is always open, and you are a part of our Danish family, so you're always welcome. Thank you. And thank you for having us.
myself apart from you. Now the words